Hi, it's Ben from TALON Esports. Today I'll show you how to climb ranks using the agent chamber. So Chamber's role compared to other Sentinels, one big strength of Chamber would be obviously the Chamber Deagle. As you can see, Chamber Deagle is probably one of the most overpowered gun in terms of basic utility. You have a sheriff that can one-shot any round on eco round or on even gun rounds when you don't have money. It's 100 credits for each bullets, and on an eco round, it can definitely be a game changer. But I do think that Chamber is very mechanic heavy, aim heavy. If you're a good aimer, obviously Chamber will fit you. Including the buffs, I think the buffs really gave him a new life where, as you can see, the TP range is way farther than before. Also, the bullets got cheaper from 150 to 100. Compared to other Sentinels like Cypher and Killjoy, I still think it's not viable unless on some maps such as Bind, where there's small spaces so that you can basically utilize your TP to the fullest. I do still think that Cypher and Killjoy is very dominant in terms of team play. I think the best map to play Chamber on are definitely the maps that you can have the maximum range of your TP. For example, like Icebox, you can't really teleport to other side of the map.
I'm too far.
For example, like Bind. So let's say you start attacking and you have your TP set up right over here. You can literally contact with an op all the way here. This gives you so much space to take just by contact. This is what Sadok did a lot when he was playing Chamber. He would literally just contact up with the rifle and just walk up short for a peek. Other things such as obviously let's put a TP like somewhere here, safe place, have so much space to play around with. Other stuff such as belong, put TP here, just walk up, get the util out, like a Sky Flash or Raise Nade, Gecko Flash. You can definitely bait out the util, yeah. Especially on Bind, I think Chamber is very good because you can definitely get the util out very easily just with one TP. On defense, we can put a TP somewhere here, and you can literally peek all this line. A little tip is you can definitely put a TP right over here on top in the beginning of the round. You can start up here and put your TP back here, and you can literally be on the top of the angle. Other places like Shower TP, very useful. Once you get a peek, you go back TP, you already have high grade. On Belong, you can put a TP right over here. You have all this space to play around with. Same for Hookah. You have a TP right over here. I just peek with an op. I think overall Chamber is very strong. Obviously his trip too. You just put the trip wherever you're not watching. You're gonna peek Hookah, put a trip long, peek Shower, put trip short. Pretty straightforward character. I think Chamber on Lotus is still pretty good. But I think the reason why Chamber is not really sought out is because Chamber doesn't have any delay util in general. That means you have to literally get the kill in order for you to delay. And that's a big part of the reason why I don't think Chamber is a very good Sentinel at the moment, especially in team play. You don't have any util to delay with. The only thing that you can possibly do is just get a lot of util out while they exec, play in the front line. So yeah. The reason why Chamber isn't good as a Sentinel on other maps like big maps is because, for example, if you play Icebox, one trip cannot cover anything. While you play Killjoy, you can literally cover about 3 sides of the maps. So that's a huge disadvantage for Chamber when playing big maps. There's so many gaps. But Bind, obviously, small map, little to less gaps, so definitely can cover one side of the map. Honestly, I think Bind is the only map Chamber is really good on for now. I feel like other maps, I don't think he gets his full potential. I mean, obviously, as I said, if you have really good aim, I think playing Chamber on any map is perfectly fine in ranked. A good team composition while playing around Chamber. Chamber cannot delay well. I think definitely you do want some kind of a delay. I mean, there's 2 ways to play it in my opinion. You just go Chamber, probably double duelist and just go for all fights, or Chamber with heavy delay util such as Viper, or even double Sentinel. But double Sentinel is not really very sought out. I guess these can work as synergy. Yeah, for the most part, I think Chamber can be run on any comp. Doesn't mean it's good though. Against the Chamber, it's super important to realize that at the end of the day, he only has one shot, I should say, if he's opping, and he has to TP out, or else he's gonna die. So I think a huge counter to Chamber is definitely a Fade. Fade can definitely counter Chamber very well. You don't want to give Chamber free shots. I think that's the main point. Once you push him off the line, he has to wait until he can get the line, or he just sits sight after that. Kind of becomes useless. So as long as you can not die the Chamber's first shot, especially when he's opping, I think that's a huge counter. I think in general, playing against Chambers, you have to realize that there's so much space that he can take with this TP setup. So for example, if he's playing Lotus C, there's a certain range that he can go, and once you have an idea of what the range is, you can definitely know kind of where he is. When you're playing Chamber, I think a huge tip is, I mean, the whole point of the character is to op, in my opinion, contact op, or even op on defense. So after you win your pistol round, I usually just don't buy anything and I just keep my chamber bullets and then make sure I can get an op third round, which is super strong. I feel like chamber is such a straightforward agent. There's no like hidden tech. So that's it for this chamber guide. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you find these videos useful, let us know by liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribe. Don't miss out.